Okay. Minimize that. And I think we're all good to go. I need to turn that on. Wait, doing this wrong. Behold! Hello! How was appointment? Oh. Well, that was nice of you. It should say temp drop. Yeah, I once again forgot to change the title before I started streaming, like I always do now, apparently.
Ah!
Yeah, it should say temperature drop. Holy prissy pants. I like that one. I feel like I do, but like whenever I try to verbalize it, it's like, no, it's these words. What are those words? I'm not telling you. Okay, brain, thanks. Any more you want to add? No. Okay, cool. I'm glad we had this conversation. Please, Anano, tell me how you really feel. That's fine. I thought it was fucking funny. Fuck your phone. No one gives a shit. 'Twas amusing. I need to grab a picture of a hunter. So that I can grab some colors. Now we run into an issue where there are several different colors for a haunter because of how fucking long and how many goddamn things of media the stupid game and show has been in. Okay, we're just gonna figure it out. That's good enough. Dogs are good with that. Alright. Yeah. I know how that is. I need to find some place that carries mead. Or just order it online. 'Cause I really want to try it. I'll have to ask my, the guy I'm making this for, because he seems to be an aficionado when it comes to mead. I'll have to ask him what he thinks best brands are. Hi, I'm back. I don't know where I was. Well, welcome back. Yeah, I do that a lot. Whoops. Mommy, what the fuck is that? Don't worry, baby. It's just the weird man on the internet. Should just do this. There. think my brain translated that because I'm now reading it again and I'm seeing what you're saying now. Uh-oh. Well, why'd you do that? Hey, Ellen. How was you? Mm. Are you gonna eat that roll? I wish I could, but I think I live too far away. I have a feeling that would be like an entire day of driving. But I just pull up. I was like, Helen, get in! Run! There's enough of this sweet sugar goodness to go all around. You gotta share, otherwise you're gonna become diabetic. I'm just saying, baby. It's the power pencil. All right, Helen. Hopefully you can make it back. I'm gonna try to stream as long as I can. And the world's a much better place because of it.
How's it going?
Going pretty good.
How is everyone today? Chat included if they're here.
Yeah, Anano's here. Helen just had to leave.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, I need to make some
Oh, that's
alterations.
right. You're streaming on YouTube, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What the?
There we go. Oh my god.
Fucking boy. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't stop looking!
Jeez.
Okay. Okay. I can't remember if I walked you through this, but if you can go into Discord and go to your user settings and go to voice and video.
Okay.
Input sensitivity, it's if I haven't gone through this with you already, then it's set to automatically determine input sensitivity.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to turn that off and then move the tic tac to the left until it's almost always being passed by the darkening bar. Like whenever you talk, it will basically show it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it was doing that to begin with, but I can make sure here with like 80 dB or something.
Yeah, I'm only saying that because sometimes it doesn't always work when it's automatic. So just to make sure that one, you will be picked up more often and you won't be dropped so much.
Gotcha.
Also, it will make, since you'll be picked up more often, your avatar will actually change.
Yeah.
And we need to see that animation.
That's a whole bounce too.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, it's too much.
I'm glad you like it. I mixed my original idea and your suggestion.
I was like, please put tits moving. It'd be so funny. Oh god.
Yeah, it actually fit the flap and tits idea. It fit perfectly with the whole fucking face scrunching idea as well. Because that looks like he's just fucking like he opens his mouth and just fucking forces everything to. Jesus Christ. Lord.
I just love how it turned out practically perfect.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I worked very hard on it for a couple hours, and that actually is a really good thing. That it'll only take a couple hours for me to do this. So.
Okay. Making sure my sizing and everything is all right. There, I think that's good enough. Eventually, well, what I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna make half of the bottom or most of the bottom of the screen, probably all the way until it gets to my logo. Just the hot tub, so that everybody can be in the hot tub.
Dude, we're a hot tub streamer now. That's good.
I've been a hot tub streamer for about a month and a half now, so nobody appreciates it though. Bullshit. Why is this such a big deal if nobody gives a damn? I feel misled. Oh, a nano.
Boy, here to speed up.
A nano. Is like, you got a fucking problem with YouTube, Salty?
As a matter of fact, I have quite a few. I used to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, everybody's got problems with every platform because every platform fucking sucks.
Not that I don't have any with Twitch either.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, every platform sucks. Okay, I have to minimize OBS, otherwise I'm going to keep staring.
Yeah, you have to like make you some sort of like a border, so you can kind of put my guy wherever you want instead of just having him at the bottom somewhere.
Well, I want it to be that way.
Oh, okay.
To have I'm gonna get as many people as I possibly can to make avatars if they're able to.
Yeah.
And then everybody's just gonna be along the bottom, which is why I want to make the big hot tub.
If you got anybody that needs an avatar but can't make one, let me know. I can actually help with that. So now that I've got a decent speed going,
Yeah.
it would probably help if I get some different things just to practice with. So.
If you could make a goose, just a stupid looking goose, because a friend of mine goes by the name of Goose, and I'm already gonna be making one for his D&D character. But if you could make a goose one of it like honking when it talks.
No specific, instructions other than that. Just a stupid looking goose.
Just a stupid looking goose. If you could possibly put a green wig on him, kind of similar to that one chick from Ghost in the Shell.
A green wig. You mean the
purple
that
wig?
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say she's got purple hair. Yeah, I can do that.
My brain was saying, "You're saying purple. You're saying purple. You're saying purple," and my mouth was like, "What?" But yeah,
Yeah,
because
I forgot how different your new avatar looked. I was a little worried that mine was gonna look a little too similar to yours because your old one had the titties on it. But
yeah, I decided to go with this more sketchy, kind of Tim Burton-y look, kind of.
Mhm.
And at first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but then I was like, I think I like this. Has that South Park Canadian talking animation.
Yeah.
On Twitter, I saw a post about it was a comic where someone, like, a hand was in the water of someone drowning. It was like, help, I don't know how to draw. And then like another hand comes up and it's labeled legendary artist, and then the artist just says practice and it high fives them. And then the hand just sinks down into the water and it's like, thanks bro, you're awesome. And they were saying how that's a pet peeve. And I was like, well, you're not asking a question, for one. You're just saying, I can't draw. Which tells professionals you are still at step one, which is start drawing. That's why people say practice. Because, one, it's a super vague, not question. And it's probably giving off the wrong message. And also, typically when someone's like, help, I can't draw, all they want to do is just say, I'm terrible at drawing. You're so good. Because that's happened so many times. But, and so, like, there, of course, there's an argument going on in the thread of that. And I'm just like, I tried to explain a little bit of it. Of being like, okay, so you actually have to ask a question if you want advice. And you have to practice before you ask questions so you know what you don't know. I know that sounds weird and it doesn't make any sense, but it's until you start practicing where you're like, I don't know how to do anatomy. I don't know how to do shading. I don't know how to do perspective. But I'm good at this one part, or I think I'm good at this other thing. Like, you gotta practice in order to actually know what you need help with. And that's what I was trying to explain with it. But a lot of people are also just like, oh, they ask that question, or they just say I can't draw, and all they want is someone to give them a get good quick tip. Which that doesn't exist. There's ways to improve quickly, but that's relatively speaking. As in, like, it takes 10 years instead of 20.
I mean, if someone wants advice on how to get, improve, fast, relatively, they could do what I did. I think it worked pretty well. Where literally every time I drew something, I challenged myself to do something completely fucking new, with every picture, and I think I improved pretty quick with that, honestly.
Yeah, but that still falls in line of saying, I need help with specific thing.
Right. But that's kind of my point,
Yeah.
I can actually give you advice when you give me something to answer. Like,
Which most people who have a problem with the statement "help I can't draw" are saying that's an extremely vague statement. If you're going to give us an extremely vague statement / question, you're going to get an extremely vague answer / advice. Because what the hell else are we supposed to do?
So this little animation thing, is this a Streamlabs thing specifically, or can I... Oh wait, no, you're using the OBS.
Yeah. So this is a couple things. It is using specifically Discord. That's why we have to be in this channel in order to talk. I'm going to be making some changes so that I can make a private stream channel so that I can have it where it's just like you, me, and Elliot or whatever, and we're able to use our avatars and all that.
Yeah.
And not just everybody can jump in. But so there's a Discord kind of link that's like a stream kit. Has a bunch of different uses, and this is technically not the intended use for it, but the one, because what it's actually is intended to use is so that people can see the glowing or little round icons and the glowing green and all that stuff. But somebody managed to figure out how you can actually, if you just mess with the code a little bit, or you just put in a certain code, or a bunch of lines of code rather, you get this effect. And then all you have to do, the person even actually has a link to a generator for the code, so all you have to do is put in your Discord icon ID, which is really easy to get. You just have to set yourself as developer, which is in the advanced settings in Discord. And then you can actually copy your ID number. You put that in, and then you put in the so when you sent me the image on Discord, all I had to do was just copy link, not click on the picture and then copy link, but just straight from the chat copy link, because it's going to be a different URL if you do it that way. Yeah, so you just have one for not talking and one for talking. And then you get this effect. And I was like, awesome. Because I can't do the fully animated shit. Because one, that costs money for the programs, and a setup that I don't want to fuck with. So I'm perfectly happy with this kind of setup.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to walk through it with you later in more detail, so I can maybe set up for my own streams as well.
Honestly, I went through almost the entire process. It's really simple. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, no, it's just that I learned better by watching. You know that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link of the video that has the person who has all the links to all the things you need.
Okay. Hello, Jacob.
Hey, Jacob. How is you? Got any more brisket?
Oh, excuse me. Jesus. Try to make it quiet.
Hey guys, my name's Jen.
I fucking wish. I wish Anana.
Envy me. There is the link to the video. And he goes pretty slowly, so you can follow along real easily.
Okay.
And then in his description, he's got all the links to everything you need. It's actually really easy to set up. Especially with that generator. The only difficult part is actually getting things to work properly on OBS. And that's not even that hard. So, unless you're like Elliot, who decides that I'm gonna send a picture that if we printed it out would take up half the planet. It's fucking huge. I mean, like, apparently it was fucking huge because it was almost 5,000 by 5,000 pixels.
Jesus. I was worried mine was gonna be a little bit too big.
And apparently OBS's limit is 4,000.
Well, good thing I went just under that then.
Yeah. And now has ice cream. I like ice cream, but I don't go like crazy cravings for it.
So, you know how I have problems with the heat because I don't really sweat like I should. I overheat easy.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream, like a tub of ice cream, will get me through a summer. Like, since I can't, cool off the normal way, I just bring up the tub of ice cream, just eat some out of it, and cool down for the day, and it's fucking fantastic. I feel great. So,
Are you able to whether say you had money to do this? Do you have the capability of having a mini fridge if you don't have one already?
I used to have one actually, but I don't know what happened to it. Like something got fucked up with it and it stopped working, and a bunch of meat I had in it went rotten, and I had to. Ooh, that was an event. But yeah, I used to have one.
Okay, because I would just say like keep a 2-liter or a big pitcher or something in that, which is probably what you did before, was it?
No, I actually used it. Well, I had like cold drinks in there, yeah, like some sodas. But
Yeah.
I also had like bologna and shit, so I can make sandwiches because people got annoyed with me going downstairs at night because I'm awake at night. Nobody else is. So
It's really annoying just hearing "kung kung fungry."
Well, you see, I wasn't really that loud, but there's this really fun thing in my house where if I open anything, a bunch of shit falls out. So of course, when that happened at night, it was my fault. Anyway, and the house used to be a lot more crowded. Like there were people in like every room trying to sleep. So, yeah. Not so bad anymore. Not really an issue.
A mini fridge actually, well, it depends on like what its wattage is and all that crap, but most things don't actually take up that much energy. The vast majority of your energy bill comes from your thermostat, basically, just heating and cooling the house.
Yeah, that's why I had to overheat this summer because nobody in this house wants to use it, but they'll leave everything else on, which I'm sure adds up. Even if it's not,
Well, yeah, it adds up. It does have some effect, but the vast majority of people's bills, whether it's electric or gas or even both, is because of them trying to keep the house warm or cool throughout the year. Right now, we have the air conditioning on because it is fucking humid, and it's really hard for me to work when my arms are sticking to my desk.
Yeah, ironically, human heat was actually easier on me because it actually forced me to sweat.
I can't stand humidity. I think living in Brazil kind of gave me PTSD on that.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand why most people don't. It's just weirdly beneficial for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I live in Colorado where it's dry, so I don't get that anymore.
I think a mini fridge is good for a lot of rooms. Especially, I would, if I had a mini fridge, I would specifically use it to just keep big pitchers of water cooled or big bottles of water. Maybe a soda, maybe some beers. But like most of the time, it would just hold water for me. Since I basically kind of transformed my drinking habits into drinking water.
I would kill for a nice cold Angry Orchard right now. Holy shit.
Oh man, I had an Angry Orchard on tap once. Whoo, it was like drinking candy. It was so good.
My favorite is the green apple. Unfortunately, they'll usually have that on tap. So
Yeah, I don't know which one it was. It might have been just the regular one.
yeah, I think that's the regular one they usually have on tap,
But yeah, I had that.
which is still good.
Yeah. Oh, because I got that last time I went to Smoky Bones, and then the time before that, I think I told you about it, where I asked the waiter what was on tab, and then he said Sam Adams, and I said, what kind of Sam Adams? And he said cold. And I was like, well, I hope it's cold. Otherwise, I think it'll be kind of nasty. He was like, no, I meant cold snap. Yeah, then last time, we didn't have the waiter again, but he did come by to drop something off for the waiter that we did have. And and we were just like, oh, we had you last time, and he could not remember. And then I go, yeah, this one's cold. And he's like, oh, damn it. It was funny. It just reminded me of when I did go to New York City. Last time I did. Went to Bubba Gump Shrimp. At... Why am I suddenly drawing a blank on it? Is it the Square? Or like the vast majority of New York movies take place? And have all the advertising and like the ball drops every New Year's?
Square?
Yeah. Okay. I was right. We went to Bubba Gump Shrimp there. It was really good. And we had one of the funniest waiters ever. My mom my mom was looking through the menu, and like one of their specials was a sea bass. And so she asks the waiter, what's the sea bass? And he just looks at her, because it explains everything on the menu, but he just looks at her and goes, it's a bass from the sea. That was it. Oh, it was so funny. Like, there's nothing else to describe. It's a bass from the sea.
Unfortunately, that gives me flashbacks to a time when someone tried to do that shit to me, but they were the idiot for doing it. Like, so basically, you know I'm into archery and shit, right?
Yep.
Anyway, we're at the Renaissance Fair, and there's this archery place, and they're selling horse bows, like these little short bows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ask him, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm used to shooting like long, you know, recurve and traditional bows and stuff. Is there any difference between that and using a horse bow, right? And he says it's a bow that you use on a horse. No shit, Sherlock. I'm asking about technique. You know?
Well, my brain went to it's either one you use on a horse, which I thought that's what a composite bow was supposed to be. And then also my brain also went to it's a horse that you use Or it's a bow that you use on a horse to take down a horse.
It's like, no, I'm sitting here asking this dude about fucking, actual technique. Like, is there anything different I gotta do to fire this thing, right? And he's being a smartass, like it, like it's funny. It's like, what the fuck? All right, dumbass, I'm not buying anything from you. Jesus Christ. I don't think he was joking either. Like, he was giving me a dead serious expression. Like, he thought I was fucking stupid for asking.
Well, so am I wrong in thinking that a composite bow is? Because I thought composite bow was basically what the Mongols made.
It is, but it doesn't mean you use it on a horse. The reason it's called a composite bow is because it's not made of wood. It's made of basically composite materials. And back in the day, like the Mongols, it was made of like it wasn't fiberglass, but it was basically like the pre-fiberglass. It was horn that was basically split apart almost like into threads and then packed together.
Okay, because I knew that the reason why it made it so good is that it could be a smaller bow, but it had, because of how being it that way, it had enough strength to really do its job.
Right. They were also very durable. And in fact, I still recommend composite bows to this day. Like even like the actual fiberglass ones and stuff. They're really good.
Yeah.
Like I will always take a nice composite recurve bow over a traditional bow any day. Like to me, that's the sweet spot between like technology and traditional when it comes to archery. Because compound bows have too many moving parts and can fuck up too easily, and you don't know what's wrong with them. And then traditional bows just don't have the durability. They can break much easier. Composite bows are just that really nice middle ground. You got one thing that can go wrong with composite bow, and that one's really fucking obvious when it goes wrong because the string is broken.
Mm.
Yeah, I had my string break on me once. It was fun. And by fun, I mean it hit me in the face.
Oh. That does sound like fun.
I've actually got like a Mongolian style composite bow now. That one's really nice. It doesn't have like the pre-made notches of like a recurve bow you get at a sporting goods store or anything like that. It's just like the straight shaft.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically throw the arrow has to like rest in your hand and stuff. But I wanted that because I was getting advanced enough in my archery that I wanted to try to do stuff like fire more than one arrow at once and shit. And that's really fun, by the way. That's cool as fuck to do because it's actually really easy. But yeah.
So, Jacob, you say you got a gaming table. What exactly do you mean by gaming table? Because what comes to my mind is either a table that can be a pool table and a ping pong table and an air hockey table, or it's a table that you have your like console and TV and stuff on. I swear to God, by the end of the year, Jacob's gonna be like 5,000 pounds. Every time he comes in, he's like, "Hey, I got all this food." Okay.
Jesus.
I'll go back to this thing that I started working on today. I did have a lot of fun doing that group draw thing.
Yeah. I can never draw anything serious in a session like that, but it is fun.
The guy that I found that program from, he said that he's gonna try to have like streams where they do that more often, and they have like themes or stuff, and people can go with the theme if they want. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be a fun challenge if you try to make it like as non-creepy as possible, and then I have to try to make it as creepy as possible. You smell different when you're awake. You know, stuff like that. It's only a pint. Yeah? So?
So I gotta ask, what's the glass with ice in it coming out of your dude's head on the left there?
Oh, that is the... I'm trying to think of the right name for it. It's just called the jar, and what falls in there is like for Twitch, if people give you bits, the bits will fall in there. If you subs, little subs will fall in there. And follows, I think, also has a little thing for that. It's just basically the show like how much stuff has happened on your stream.
Ah.
Which is why it's practically empty. Nobody loves me. Except for Helen and Nano.
Yeah, I was in a call with Hunter and Elliot last night. Elliot dipped out a little bit early, but yeah, I was drawing the thing for your streams here.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy there, but and I was streaming over Discord while I was doing it, and Hunter sees it. He's like, "Do you hate yourself?"
What? Because of the way it looks?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about. I think it's fucking gorgeous. Look at those titties flap.
I mean, to me, that is the male body standard right there. You know?
This is the pinnacle, okay? The pinnacle of software entertainment and male body image. Capstone, the pinnacle of breaking my balls. I think with his jokes on Capstone, the one that made me laugh the most was Capstone, it's always fucking something.
Oh, it's always fucking something. Holy shit.
What?
Just Hunter's having people draw his character. That's neat to see. Like, I don't think he asked for it. It seems like they're doing it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I saw on Twitter's somebody posted a thing asking other people to share their favorite fan arts that people have done for them. And like, so there, like, naturally, there's a whole bunch of them. I just wanted to respond with, "Wait, you guys get fan art? What?"
I've gotten one piece of like legitimate actual fan art, and it was from the same guy that did some for Hunter stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, he drew Hammerhead.
pretty much the only time I get fan art is when I coerce Elliot to do it. Because Elliot would be like, "I don't know what to draw." I go, "Well."
Yeah. As much as I appreciate the fuck out of that, I can't really consider what Elliot does for me fan art because that's just my bro being a bro, you know. To me anyway.
But other than that, I have not gotten any fan art on any of my characters or anything. Of course, I don't draw my characters a whole lot. Like, not as much as I should.
Let me get that one sketch drew.
And then, like, also, I don't commission people to do things for me because I'm like, I'll just draw it.
Right.
And
Glad I'm at that point.
the only reason why I would commission someone to draw something for me is because I absolutely adore their style.
Right. Where the fuck is that picture? Where'd I save that? I'm not near.
I hate that. I was like, wait, that shit.
God damn it, Justin! You get one piece of fan art in your entire life, and you lose it. God damn.
Great job, numbnuts.
Sorry, I've got a picture where Netflix recommended me Friends because I watched an anime. What?
Recommended Friends
Yeah,
because of an anime.
because I watched a violent battle royale anime.
Well, I mean, if you think about it.
Here, there's that one.
Because you... Okay. Sure. I really love drawing with these kind of detailings. Like, it looks like I'm working really hard on it, but it's really fucking easy. I guess the one thing that helps is that my hands shake like someone with Parkinson's during an earthquake.
Okay, well, it's not in that folder anywhere.
I just noticed that you made your avatar your icon on Discord.
I don't have to go on Twitter and ask them to send it to me again because I lost it. Did your searching for it?
There we go. I hate it when you're trying to use the select wand tool and on the outside of something, and then it just selects everything on the inside, and you're like, what the hell? And then you're searching through the entire perimeter until you find the one pixel that there's a gap. And like, son of a bitch.
asking for? God damn it. Yeah, I really have been looking this whole time. Jesus. I was looking at Twitter with, various tags and shit. How the fuck I lost that, honestly? Maybe just because... No, it's that long ago. Fucking no. Yeah, I haven't even found all the tools I used to use on the version of that thing. Still trying to figure my way around. Yeah, that's weird.
What?
Open up there. Never mind, never mind. I was gonna say you usually have music go, but that first started up, it just wasn't going for a minute. All right. a message there reminded me. So if I were to just like kind of open up commissions, if I were to charge, by like a normal standard, by like how long it takes me, that would be way too fucking much because I take longer than most even now, right? But so I was kind of gonna ask you, like, well, I don't know, what do you think my skill level would be worth? I guess just a general idea. I know that's a vague question, but I'm trying.
Well, so even though I'm starting to hear an echo.
Oh, should I maybe turn my thing back down a bit?
Okay, I'm not hearing it now.
Oh,
It seems like like once in a while.
I'll turn it down a little bit because it's not like it was having trouble hearing me before anyway. So I'm going down to 70. It used to be at 60, I think.
Okay,
start.
typically you'll want to have it be between 15 to 20 bucks an hour.
Okay.
And that's just starting off, so that you can get an idea of how long things will take you. A lot of times you do actually work on things differently if someone's paying you to than if you're doing something for yourself.
Yeah.
So you might actually be faster doing commissions than you are doing stuff for yourself, because you like to really get down to the details.
Yeah.
Because it's your thing. But
Right.
but when it's for someone else, unless they're another professional artist, even if they're wanting to commission you, they're not gonna fucking care if you don't do things perfectly. So typically charging, I always try to do it $20 an hour, until I was able to get a really good idea of how long it would take me to do most things, and that's why I have a baseline of where I'm actually pretty cheap, but it's enough to where if I can just do a few commissions, a few big commissions a month, and I say big, like more than $100,
Yep.
then I'm set for the month when it comes to bills and food. So especially since you just got this new tablet, I would say give it a month. Do a bunch of drawings with it, see how long it takes you now to do things, since you are a lot faster with it.
Like I'm not thinking of doing commissions all the time. I'm just thinking of maybe leaving the option open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a little extra cash when I need it.
Yeah, so basically give it a month, do a bunch of drawings basically every day to see how fast it takes you to do stuff. And then you can determine how much it is strictly based on hourly. Once you get to a certain point, you should not have that be what you base your prices on. Like for me now, I know that I can get stuff done pretty damn fast. In fact, that's part of the reason why my prices are actually what I guess some would consider higher than they would want. But basically, you are paying swiftness when it comes to me, because I can get most things done in a day.
Right.
If it's a big project, it'll take me a week. But yeah, so getting stuff done super quick, and the fact that I've been doing this for a really long time, and that I know for a fact that I'm pretty damn good. It's the only thing that I can actually say I'm pretty damn good at it. So, that I should be charging probably 50% more than what I'm charging now. But the way that I think about it is that I'm trying to be affordable for the everyday person.
Yeah.
Especially since most of my clientele is from Twitch or their streamers in general.
Yeah.
It would be different if I was going to be working for a company or something. But so like doing commissions for individuals, then it's different than if like if I was to work for a company or something like that. I would be charging a lot more for a company than for than that. But yeah, so yeah, I would say between 15 and $20, because that's typically about how much an entry person gets in the industry.
Yeah.
I think they tend to make at least $25K a year, at the very least. I don't even think that's like working 40 hours a week. But yeah, and then like very quickly after that they go up to like 50 and 75 and all that stuff. So once you start getting a better understanding of how you work, then you can start making alterations to how you charge and stuff. So like I add complexity to my prices. Yeah, because it will take me longer, but also it's just that's how much more effort I would have to put into it.
Right.
And like with my Excel sheet that calculates all that stuff for me, I actually go by percentage with that. And then it's also good to have kind of like a buffer price. That's just a flat price that goes on every commission. So like what I do is a 20% buffer price that's added onto it. That's to just make sure in case things take longer, or in case things are a lot harder than you thought they would be, at least there's that 20% that's going to cover that extra time you put into it and effort.
Yeah.
So it's usually good to have something like that as well. But yeah, it's very much a person-to-person thing. Just don't have like a full rendered thing be like $30. It actually kind of pisses me off when I see people charge like, oh, here's $15 for like a painting, and like I've seen people do that, and I'm like, why are you doing that? You're devaluing yourself and everyone else in the profession. And it's just really frustrating to see that. I'm just like, you're worth so much more.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how I honestly got to this place. Maybe I don't know, but it seems like I'm glad that I'm not one of those people that's overly critical of my own work. You know, I think I value myself pretty fairly for the most part. So I know I'm not, you know, I know I'm not shit. You know, if somebody were to hire me, I know I'm worth something. It's just, you know, I know I've also got a bit of a learning curve still to go. So
yeah, so like that's another reason why I like to do baseline pricing, so that like this is the least amount of money you would spend on this commission if it was like the simplest version of this style as possible. And then you add on to it from there. I find that to be the easiest way to go about it. Is to having a baseline and then adding on to it through discussion to see what exactly they want.
well, I could see it. Like to me, it sounds kind of like how I charged as a PI. There's retainer. Basically, this is what it's going to cost to do the job. And
Yeah.
then there's, of course, the hourly, based on how much I actually end up working.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that.
It's a little bit different because I don't actually keep the retainer. That's strictly for funding the operation, basically, and whatever's left goes back to them when I'm done, and then I get my hourly. But it also acts as a sort of safety net where, like, if the client runs off, I just keep the fucking retainer, so I don't make nothing. In fact, I might make more depending on when they run off.
Yeah, that's why I also don't. I don't give the person their artwork until it's fully paid off. So a lot of people do upfront payment, which is fine. That's totally reasonable. And then, like, for me, I like to be as flexible and manageable as possible. So I just tell the people, like, hey, it's going to be this much. You can pay in installments, or you can pay the whole thing right off the bat. But you're not going to get this until you pay. Like, right. I feel like that's keeping my ass covered. While and then, like, if they don't pay ever, then I put all the watermarks all over the damn thing, and then I post it from my own means.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I mean, fuck you. You didn't pay for it. We agreed on a price. So yeah, yeah. Also making sure that you got your ass covered when it comes to stuff like that is always good.
Yeah. So I was talking to one of the indie comic creators I'm friends with on Twitter about the new tablet I got, and he's actually the guy that made one of my favorite comics that I reviewed. And it turns out he is still working on, like, a fucking Samsung tablet, like I was. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude! How the fuck are you doing so well? All right. So I was like, dude, trust me, invest in an upgrade. It's worth it. Like, holy shit, I can't believe you're still on one of those.
Well, I mean, I was using Photoshop CS5 up until last year, and that's incredibly out of date. But then also, I've been using this tablet for about 7 years. I think I got this tablet just before I moved in here. I can't remember.
This dude's making, like, a comic by himself. Like, I wouldn't even consider making a comic back when I had the Samsung, where I was using that still. Like, granted, it's a bit of a simpler, I guess, style. Like, he's doing, like, that sort of old 40s, 50s, like, pulp sort of style comic. But I got a couple screenshots from my review that I'll just send over so you can kind of get the idea. It's like that sort of Archie style, But yeah, apparently he's still just fucking using the goddamn Samsung. That's like I was.
I mean, as long as it works.
Yeah, it's fucking working for him, ain't it?
Yeah, that's basically how I view it. Like, why change when something works?
But I did still recommend that the upgrade, because clearly he's fucking talented. Clearly he can do a lot better if he's got proper hardware. So it's not much more than a Samsung tablet is, and if he's been on for a while, maybe he can actually save up for a better one. It is worth it, I think.
Yeah, maybe. It's always different from person to person.
True. I don't know. It's just when he told me that, I was thinking back to the just leagues of bullshit I had to deal with that I didn't even realize I was dealing with on the Samsung. It's like, Jesus Christ. God damn, dude. By the way, I just want to say, I know you're going for creepy, but honestly, this just looks like what the Pokemon would actually look like if it was realistic. Like,
I'm kind of going with both.
okay,
I'm kind of going with like how it would look like.
because that's just supposed to be a creepy Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Although I did see a version of it that I thought was really fucking cool, and I was like, fuck, I should have done it like that. But I had already done most of the inking, and I already liked how it looked. I was like, damn it, well, maybe some other time I'll do it like that, because it was a more ghostly one. Though, apparently, this evolution train is only like half ghost. So, whatever. But still, it's like, oh man, that looks so cool.
yeah, no. When you see the different like Pokemon types they usually have like a main type, and that's actually like what they are. And then those secondary ones are like other types of moves that they can use. So you shouldn't really think of the like all those other ones like what species they are or something, you know. But that's just kind of how Pokemon works. I don't know.
It's Japanese, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to do Gengar. Because I kind of like how I did him in that when I was sketching him yesterday, being like a fat fuck. That's a ghost. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. But then I was looking at all these different ones that people have done. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. That one makes sense. Shit.
You've actually never played Pokemon. I gotta hook you up with like an emulation or something so you can play one. They're good games. No, really, they're good. Like they're still enjoyable to play today. It's like it's just an RPG, you know.
Well,
okay, it was an RPG that was accessible for kids.
Okay, so like it's not 100% true to say that I've not played it. I've not played it enough to the point to where I can say I played it. I've put maybe 2 hours. And I don't know which one it was. I actually played an emulation years ago, and I put a few hours into it, and I was like, oh, I mean, I can see why people enjoy it. It's a fun game, but, like, I lost interest very quickly.
Gotcha.
So, like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, Pokemon shit. I mean, it is, but... but that's not the point.
That means you're probably spared the horrors of the Magikarp then.
I mean, I kind of know a fair bit about Pokemon through osmosis, so... I do know that Magikarp is like the joke one.
like his evolution is really goddamn good and cool, but Magikarp is like so like to get to that, you have to survive Magikarp. Like he has one move that he can learn, and it's called Splash. And it's literally useless. It doesn't do anything. He flops around. That's the move. And that was that was the joke in the little session yesterday. So basically, the strategy to level that useless fucker up was You had to put him up at the top of your list, so he would come out first whenever you get into like a battle or something. And then like immediately, first time it's your turn, hope he doesn't die first. Take him in, and then put out your best Pokemon next, because the XP was actually shared. Like no matter how long the Pokemon was in the fight, like. So that was how you had to do that for like a whole 15 levels or something like that. I can't remember exactly how many it is for him, but that's ridiculous. But hey, you get a fucking Sea Dragon when you're done, so that's nice, I guess. They're thinking about payoff for that one.
Fun.
Yeah, Gyarados, that big long like serpent dragon, the blue one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what Magikarp turns into, the useless fuck.
Poor guy.
It's even worse because every other like Pokemon, like fish Pokemon, like the ones that are actually fish, even they have attacks, but he doesn't. Like,
Doesn't really make sense why they would do that with him.
I think they were just fucking with people. I think that's really what it was. I think they're just fucking people, and that's why they gave him like the super cool evolution, because like they wanted to reward people that were willing to put in the effort, I guess. But like that would be my guess. And then he's also like free XP when you run into him in the wild. Just take out a shitty Pokemon, hit him a few times, he dies, and Pokemon gets XP. Just.
Hello, Hershey. all right over there?
Yeah.
Just making some noises.
Oh yeah, I burped. That's what I said. Excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah.
all I heard is yeah.
Well, the burp felt pretty loud, so I did. I figured you guys heard it. Like I tried to keep it low, but you know. Speaking of burping, I'm gonna grab a drink. Back. Thirsty.
All right.
All right, I'm back.
Yay.
thinking of drawing something, but I forgot what I was going to thinking of drawing. So that's fantastic, Justin.
Apparently that Haunter drawing that I did the guy that's commissioned me to do the other Haunter drawing that I was working on earlier, the more realistic one, he's like, dude, can I get that tattooed on me? And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it.
So part of the reason I'm probably not going to go too heavy into commissions if I do open up for them is because I'm actually kind of reevaluating my near future plans. You know, um, if this really makes me end up being fast enough, I'm thinking I might be able to actually turn a lot of my stuff into comics. Like
Yeah.
before, I wouldn't even consider doing that, but now I'm doing what used to take me at least a couple days in a couple hours. You know,
Yep.
so it's definitely a lot more achievable now than it was before. So I at least have to reconsider it. Technically, it would put me back a bit if I did go that route because I was so damn close to releasing things already. But I also think it would be a far better result in the end. For a couple of reasons, honestly.
Well, I mean,
First,
you can always, like, especially if it's your writings and stuff, you can always publish your writings and then make comics out of them, and that way the comics will more likely sell because you'll have at least some kind of interest, at more than zero, based on the fact that you have, if you have sales on your stories.
well, to me, that's just a bit redundant and more work they need to be doing. Because if I were to release them as books, then that's basically double the work I'd have to do, first of all.
Well, you're already making the books.
Well, I was, but this would basically mean that I don't have to do any more of that. But if I were to start releasing them as books, then I have to still continue the books. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to cut people off that would rather read the book.
I'm just saying, there are comics of Warhammer which are based on the books. So you can always do books and then comics.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
But I do have to worry about now that we're working myself because it is just going to be me for a while. You know. And the way I see it, I think not all, obviously not all, but I think a lot of people these days that read books also read comics. But I think there's a lot more people that read comics that just don't read books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like I would also get a bit more of an audience that way as well for my stuff.
Well, I do know that That is true. But also the people who read books are really into books. It's almost not, it's almost like people aren't casually readers anymore. It's either you don't read books or you have a fetish about reading books. It's almost like that.
That's true. That's true. But unfortunately, that one does fall back onto the then I have double the work problem, in which case I have to weigh my options as far as that goes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, do which one you think would be best to do now, and then you can do the other one later. I'm not saying doing both of them at the same time, because that's suicide.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm thinking I might just do the comic now, you know. And another thing that I think would be beneficial for doing the comic now instead is I know this is technically avoiding the problem, but it's also a problem that's not getting fixed that quickly. That this would immediately fix. But I obviously I know I'm not a bad writer, but definitely my weakest point in writing is my descriptive writing, right? I can't quite set a scene the way someone like, say, Robert E. Howard does, you know? So, but if it was a comic, I wouldn't even fucking need to. In that part, I'm actually good at, you know, the detailed artwork, detail oriented, I should say. Then it's very simple stuff, but you know what I mean. So I'd be able to show basically everything I would have to describe that I'm not very good at describing. You know. And I can do all that in one picture instead of 3 paragraphs. You know.
Yeah. I think this picture's done.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
I'm actually kind of proud of myself on figuring out how to do this little shine effect.
Yeah, that looks nice. I noticed that especially. I was thinking about other stuff with that. But...
I figured out how to do that when I made my Skullgirls painting. Basically what Metabank probably has this blending mode, but it's add blending mode. The one I use specifically is add glow. And it gives this little effect of, like, you have to be very careful because it puts it on very thick very quickly.
Yeah.
But if you kind of just like stroke real quick and stuff like that, you get this little streak effect. And when I figured it out, I was like, ah, that's nifty.
But yeah, I was very close to releasing the first issue of Title 22. It just needs some editing and a couple pieces of work. But yeah, now I'm reconsidering. And another thing, another aspect of this that I'm not gonna lie is purely personal almost. Like, there is a little bit of practicality aspect to it, but it's most of it is personal. But I realize that. But so basically, I never wanted to write books. I always wanted to do more visual stuff, like comics at least, right? Like, Hammerhead was always intended to be a comic, as you recall, probably.
I think with Hammerhead, you just wanted to make porn.
But
that's besides the point, okay?
But because of that, basically every single one of my stories has some sort of unique visual identity that will not be communicated like at all in a book, even with a couple pieces of artwork to accompany it. You know what I mean? And I think with a comic, you know, I could really take advantage of that aspect of my creative process. Like I said, a little bit of practicality to it. I can really make it stand out with that shit, but...
Yeah, I guess.
So that's kind of what I'm. That's kind of what I'm wrestling with right now, and I'm kind of doodling shit out, just fucking around on the tablet, trying to decide, basically, like, is it really enough of an improvement for me to make that leap? You know. Because first of all, even with like the huge improvement in speed, I'm still slower than most. You know.
Well, that's why I said give it a month. I feel like you will see that you get a lot faster. Your speed will increase a lot faster.
Yeah.
And you will, in a month, you will probably be at least twice, probably 4 times faster than you were before.
Right.
Because it was that drastic when I went from my first kind of tablets, which were just the ones that didn't have screens, to doing my Cintiqs. Like, it was almost night and day how fast I was.
Yeah.
And even though you're not doing that same kind of transition, you're still working from something that worked at the time to something drastically improved.
Yeah. No, it's like even now, like before on the Samsung. Well, like I still have a positive opinion of the thing because it's a good tablet. It was never made for art. It's not.
Yeah.
That's not the tablet's fault. That's just what I was using it for because I had no money.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's. I was getting better on the tablet, on the Samsung, but every time I got better, I got slower because I was doing so much more of each piece. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But now it's now it's like the opposite. I'm just getting faster.
Hold on.
Like
Hold on.
rapidly. Okay.
Okay, my mom called.
No worries.
She was like, "We got food." I'm like, "Well, shit."
Yeah, I wouldn't even fucking consider doing a comic on my own before, but now I at least gotta really think about it.
Making a comic is tough, even if it's a strip comic. So
Yeah, no, like even with my improved speed, I know it's not going to be easy.
yeah.
But that's my point. I would not even entertain the idea of doing it before, but now it's actually a possibility for me.
I sent the ghastly to the guy. That's the reason why I started doing these more realistic Pokemon. And I feel like his brain's gonna explode. Because Because he thought the Haunter was fucking awesome. And I like this Ghastly way more. But yeah, okay, so... How long have we been going? About 3.5 hours? Okay, so I'm actually gonna end the stream for a bit. And get some noms. And then, come back and we'll play some video games.
All right.
I don't know how well it will work with that bot for Age of Empires, because my game keeps crashing.
Oh.
I don't know what's causing that, so I'm trying to figure that out. Otherwise, it's a really good bot.
Oh, okay, good.
If you want to try it out, it's in the workshop. So,
Okay, send me a link to it.
I mean, if you just looked up most subscribed, it's like in the top 20, 50.
I still want to make sure I get the right one. Just send me a link to it.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, that means I have to open up Steam and get the shit together. And
What?
blah, 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 blah. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened, but okay.
I mean, like 1 second you're cutting out like with every other syllable, and then suddenly you're screaming. So.
There it is. Okay. There it is. I almost couldn't figure out how to get the link because I've never had to share a link on a Steam page, but I found the share button.
Well, I mean, if you go to any Steam page, you can right-click on like just the page itself, and then copy link to pay or copy page address or something like that.
Oh.
And then you can post it like Discord or something and get it.
Okay, there we go. Yep, that's the one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, see if it crashes on you.
Okay.
And read all the. There's a lot of reading, but yeah, just go ahead and read through it. See if you saw anything that I missed.
Okay.
And I don't think we'll do that tonight, but if we can get it to work, then it'll be on future streams. So with all that and everything, I'll be back in like 30, 60 minutes. Who knows? Yeah,
Maybe 2 days. Fuck it.
Yeah, who the hell knows? I might never come back. That got dark. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit.